What is up, Insurance Growth Workshops? We are getting ready for today's training, which is going to be low-cost tech stacks for newer agencies. So the whole premise behind this is there are a lot of new agents, and for these agencies, they typically don't have a lot of money to put towards technology. Now, this could still be used for like established agencies too, but some of these things on here are going to be geared more towards people with a limited budget who can use some technology to help them scale along the way. This is by no means a kind of end-all be-all list. This is just a couple things that I recommend, that I use personally. If I don't use it, I wouldn't recommend it to someone else because it's hard to recommend something if you've never used it and had that trial. So these are things that I would do if I was opening a agency today and I wanted to keep my costs low. This is what I would use. Now, also, you guys might notice, typically we do the trainings live within the group, or we'll do it on a Zoom call so people can participate. And to be honest, when I posted the poll, overwhelming majority of people said that they wanted it to be recorded so that they can go back and check it out. Which goes kind of against how I've always done it, which is the live call so people can interact in real time, and it forces you to actually commit to showing up and watching it. But that's not what people want, and I really want to drive home as much valuable information as possible where people participate and they're able to catch some value out of this. So with that being said, we're just going to get right into it. It's going to be a pretty quick training. I'm going to go through some of these things so you guys can check it out. So in the first portion of this, okay, the first thing that is imperative for any agency is a lead manager. So the lead manager of choice that I recommend, and it's for a few reasons. It's going to be Go High Level. Now, most, not all, most, I say a very large percentage of the lead managers and CRMs that you see available in the industry are built off of Go High Level. They are just white labeled versions that may have some extra plugins or add-ons onto it that you can technically put on yourself on Go High Level. But Go High Level is like the gold standard of lead management. Now, everything that you get on here, okay, if you were to break these down into separate payments, a CRM, a funnel builder, a website builder, a survey forms, guys, you guys have seen it. I put a list here so that you can kind of compare, ClickFunnels, HubSpot, WordPress, for calendar, for email marketing, MailChimp, SendGrid, for call tracking, Ringba, and CallRail, for reputation management, for tracking and analytics. Like there's all these different things for PandaDoc, DocuSign, Calendly, right? There's a million different things. Go High Level gives you all that for $97 a month. Now, granted, for the phone portion of it, you do have to get a Twilio account, but to be honest, like between text, emails, phone calls, like it's dirt cheap. I don't think I've spent more than like $5 in a month on Twilio for text, email, and all that stuff. So with Go High Level, you're going to get a CRM. Inside that CRM, it's going to be drag and drop. So you could create your own stages. You could create your own, however you want to build it out. It's completely customizable, probably the most customizable CRM that you can come across. And I like it because it's $97 a month. I have email marketing, text marketing. I have a voice over IP phone built in. We have an appointment scheduling with calendar integration we use G Suite within our agency, within our marketing agency. And so I can have that connected to my Google Calendar so that we only schedule appointments based on what's available on our calendar for the hours of operations that we choose. Everything connects really, really seamlessly. Workflows and campaigns, reputation management, analytics, communities, e-signatures. It's like endless. It's endless the amount of things that you could do on here. And when I saw it was $97 a month, because I had been using Notion prior within our company as our, our in-house lead manager. And Notion is free, but Notion doesn't have the scalability that Go High Level does. And it also doesn't have everything else that Go High Level presents as well. So for $97 a month, this is like the golden tier. And the reason why I like it the most is because even if you are using it to start off, you can grow with this. You can add more things onto it. This is a 100% scalable system. And I know that because this is the system that most of the systems you're going to end up buying anyways are built off of. Best deal on the market, $97. I'm surprised that it's that cheap. Should be like $1,000 a month if I'm being honest, but $100 a month, I'm not complaining. That's why I use it and that's why I recommend it. Now, the next one is going to be email, calendar, phone, utilities. When you're opening an agency, we like to get fancy with certain things. And then we like to be cheap with other things. One thing you should never be cheap with is a professional email, okay? I can promise you, I don't care how much money you make. If your email is abcinsurance@gmail.com, I'm not taking you serious and I would never do business with you. And it's nothing against you, but if you don't see the value in at least just having a professional email or a professional domain, like if your website is abcinsurance.godaddy.com, like I'm not going to do business with you because you're not investing back into your business, and it's a direct reflection of the investments that you're putting back into your agency. And the thing is, it's not even that big of an investment. So if you feel some type of way about it, it's not meant to disrespect you or anything like that, but it is a real thing. People look at that stuff. I promise you, it looks very unprofessional if you're rolling with an, God forbid, if you have an AOL email, like you're in the wrong era, okay? If your email ends in Yahoo, AOL, Gmail, anything like that, Proton Mail, just spend the extra $12. And with $12, you get your professional email, you get Google Sheets, Docs, Slides, Meets, Forms, Drive. They even have sites, which is like their own little landing pages. I don't recommend doing that because if you go high level, they come with themes which are significantly nicer, and you get unlimited. But for $12 a month, you get a professional email. So for me, it's like victor@clickrush.io, victor@theinsuranceindex.com, right? It's just much more professional that way. And it shows that you actually have like a legitimate business as opposed to having that Gmail or Yahoo. The other side is voice over IP. Now, Go High Level has phones built in, and you can build it out for whoever you need within there. But I prefer having Google Voice as my business number. We also have, for outbound dialing, the phone built in, so we can dial leads directly from Go High Level from one number. And then our business number, which operates as a completely separate direct number, is we pay $10 a month for it. And it's perfect because I have my phone. I pop my phone out. I open up the Google Voice app, and just like that, you can't go wrong, right? And I can turn that on and off whenever I want. So if it's outside of working hours, I don't have to worry about clients bombarding me outside of working hours. I just put it onto D&D, and I use my phone as normal. It's an app. And for $10 a month, 100% worth it, worth the investment. Now, inside of Google Workspace, I've listed some of the things that you get with Google Workspace that also come included with it. Some of them come with just personal account also, but when you want to have the professional domain, you have chats for Teams. So instead of getting a Slack account, you can use Google Chat. Google Calendar is super important. Google Drive, so you can keep all your folders. Google Meet, so you don't have to go get a Zoom membership, which is like however much it costs a year. You have slides for presentations, docs, forms that you can create within here. And Go High Level has some of the stuff that's probably going to be a little bit nicer to use, but you still have access to both. So you can pick and choose what it is that you want to do. But for $22 a month to have Workspace and a dedicated work number that follows you on your personal phone, but it's a business number that you can control, 100% worth it. So right now, all in all, we're at like what, 97 plus 22. We're at like $120 a month. Like, you can't beat that. $119 a month. So the next one we're going to go into is virtual call recordings. So we've got like your lead manager built out at this point where you can put all your leads and follow them through the sales cycle. You can build email campaigns. And actually, let me go back real quick because I think this is important on the lead manager. Why it's important to have this is because you can create email campaigns built on stages. So if I create a stage that says brand new lead uncontacted, and it's a brand new lead that comes in, I could create the automation and Go High Level behind it where that person automatically gets an email saying, hey, you just requested this. Here's my calendar link. Let's schedule a call so we could get you what you're looking for, right? And every stage that you create, right, because it's 100% customizable, you're creating the stages. You can create the automations, whether it's a text campaign, an email campaign, whatever the case may be, you can create that behind each stage so that it's all personalized, it's professional, and it's automated. You don't have to do the work more than once. It's automatically going to happen. So that's something I highly recommend you guys look at, because you can also get a lot better with it as time goes on, and you can tweak it, keeps track of all the stats, all that good stuff. So we're going to go back to the virtual call recordings. Now, this is not necessarily for like your voice over IP calls. This is more so for like your Google Meet and Zoom calls. I highly recommend getting Otter.ai. This is a free app, and this app connects to your Zoom and Google Meet calls on your calendar, and it's free. They have paid versions, but I use personally the free one because I only need it for whatever it does on the free side. It connects to your calendar, connects to your Zoom calls. Every time you have a call that's scheduled on your calendar for those Zoom and Google calls, it will attend that call as its own separate entity that'll say Otter.ai, Victor's Otter.ai. It'll go into the meeting, and then it's going to record the entire meeting for you. After it records it, it's going to transcribe the entire meeting, and then it's going to shoot you an email that looks something like this. It's going to say consulting call with Kathy Jones, who's one of my coaching clients, and here's a summary. It tells you where in the conversation it had. It also has screenshots, so if you share your screen and you're showing stuff, it'll show that. So using real estate as a lead generation tool, finding high net worth individuals in Rumson, New Jersey, using a job search platform to find carpenters in New Jersey. These are just topics that we're having in our coaching sessions, and it's transcribing that entire conversation so that we can replay back to it and always look and say, what were we talking about on this call? Or I could send it to her so she could go back and look at it and remember what we worked on together. And then there's action items. So it's going to look at like all the things that I'm telling her, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. So search for additional customers of high net worth homes in Rumson, New Jersey and other areas, create a new list from the current search selections, and download the contact list as a CSV once generated. These are things that she has to do inside of a program, and then I have her using so that she can get leads. And those are her action items that she needs to do from our call. So this is like perfect. And then it has like view all the action items, view the full summary. This is just a small clip of what was sent to me via email. When I open it up inside the app, it's going to give me a full detailed report. It's going to have the full recording of the entire conversation, top to bottom. Has the audio, the visual, everything. It's an excellent application, and it's free. Like, there's no reason not to use this. And if you're someone like me, I'm on like Zoom calls and Google Meet calls all the time. I'm in a couple of private networks, and sometimes I can't make all those calls. If I have a personal client who needs to hop on a call, and I also have a paid association or paid network or paid program that I'm in, and they're running a call at the same time as my other call, I can't be on two places at once. But with Otter.ai, I can. So Otter.ai is going to go to my personal, the coaching group that I'm in, And it's going to record the entire conversation and tell me everything I missed, everything I need to know, all the things I need to do. And then I can sit one-on-one in person virtually with my client and handle that. And so I get both conversations and both calls completed with only having to be in one place at one time. But I get both done. So this is excellent. So if you're in like Allstate and you have an Allstate call and like you have a client that walks in and you can't make that call with Allstate because it's, it's a corporate, training that they're sending out to everyone, and you probably don't, it's not necessary for you to be on it, but you'd like to see what happened, your Otter.ai will go on for you and record it. Now, the next one is a content creator / editor. Now, everyone knows as you're building up your brand and building up your agency, a lot of people don't want to spend money on leads, or they don't have a lot of money to spend on leads, which is why this whole training is happening. It's to keep your payments low, to keep your expenses low so you can build your book. And in order to do that, part of it is the content creation costs. So if you guys have done any trainings with like Sandra Gebhardt, she teaches the 5x5x5 method. If you know Ryan Stewman and you're in that group, then you might have seen the Build Your Machine. These are all the same concepts that basically are just putting in your effort and making posts and being consistent. Obviously, it's being very, very targeted and making sure that the content that you're putting out has meaning behind it, that has substance behind it, that has value behind it. It's doing it in an intelligent way, right? So this app that I'm recommending is called Opus Clip. And it's an incredible app. Opus Clip, what it does is you record content like I'm doing right now. You take this content and you upload it to like a YouTube channel or a Vimeo channel, whatever. Then you take the link from that YouTube video that you just uploaded, and you can make that like an unlisted video where it's like available but only if you have a link. And then you take that link of the YouTube video of the content you just created, you put it into Opus Clip, and Opus Clip is going to take that. It's going to make B-rolls out of it. It's going to cut it up into YouTube shorts, TikTok length videos. It's going to add captions. You could create the color scheme. You can create the type of captions, whether it's Hormozi style, whether you want something a little bit more business professional, right? It's going to create all these titles and descriptions that you can use on the post that you're actually posting. So the title of it, the description of the video that they cut up for you, and it's going to rank it from most likely to be viral to least likely to be viral. And it's going to take a 5-minute clip and cut it into 7, 8, 9, 10 different pieces of short form content that you can go and post on Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you want to put it. This helped me build my YouTube channel to over 2,700 followers in like a year. I went from like 100 subscribers to like 27, or I'm over 2,700 subscribers now. Just from using this. Like, this helped take me, I am not by any stretch of the imagination, I am not a video editor. I'm not good at video editing. I don't have patience for video editing, or I don't even think I have the creative mind to do video editing. So Opus Clip takes all that off the plate, and it's free. They have a paid version as well. I pay for it. I think it's like $100 a year, and that gives me like significantly more hours worth of clips that I can upload. But I mean, even the free version still has like 40 hours worth of clips or something, which is, I mean, if you're putting up 40 hours of content, it's probably worth it for you to spend $100 and get another 100 hours or 200 hours or whatever it is. So with that being said, Opus Clip, to help build your personal brand, to help build your content machine, this is going to be the perfect app for you. And it's free. Now, the last one on here on this training today is going to be local organic reach. So this is the last thing I recommend every agency should have. Yes, I know there's probably going to be a million other things. Everyone's like, oh, but you need this, you need that, you need this, you need that. This is just my foundational pieces of growth for low cost tech. And this piece is going to be the Google Business Profile. I can't talk to you about how important this right here is. This is your forward-facing profile on Google. This is where you're going to collect your reviews. This is where you're going to post on. This is where you're going to have your hours of operation, the days that you're available, the days you're not available. This is where you have everything that is going to get you ranked organically and locally against your competition. And this is the easiest way to get to that number one spot. I have an agency I'm working with. They went from 33 to 22 on their rankings locally in like a week, okay? Or a month, excuse me, in a month. Jumped 10 spots in a month just from posting on Google Business Profile. Now, one thing I do want to say, it's free to use. There's no payments on it unless you like run ads, but you don't need to do that. On here, okay, specifically, it's going to generate calls for you. It's going to help you rank above your competition. And the thing is this, most people aren't active on it. Most people think Google Business Profile that the only way to rank or the best way to rank is to have the most reviews. And it has to be 5-star reviews. And God forbid you don't have a 5-star review, it's the end of the world. None of that is true. Okay, Google barely even uses reviews as a ranking factor in determining how they rank you. Like, that has almost no weight to it. Reviews are still important because if you send your clients there, they want to see how other people are grading you and judging you and reviewing their experience with you. So in that sense, it's very important to have it. But if that's the only thing that you're pushing for on your Google Business Profile because you think that's going to help you rank higher, it's not. I've seen agencies with 400 reviews that are not even in the top 10, and the number 1 and 2 agency ranked for the same keyword has like 5 reviews or 4 reviews. Like, reviews have little to no weight in that process. What does have weight is posting consistently 1 to 2 times per week. And on top of that, the content has to be relevant. Okay, so that means using the keyword inside the content that you're posting, using the location, the city that you're in and you're trying to rank for, and being consistent with that. So it's not like I post it once and then the next post is about a different service or product. Like, you have to be consistent. It has to be the same product that you're posting content about for 6 to 8 weeks for you to really, really see significant jumps in that. Now, that is free to use, okay? Just be consistent on it. Post consistently. Even if you're not making changes, be on there and make sure that you go through all the different areas under the edit tab. So it's going to be like your hours of operation, things like that. Even if nothing changes, just the fact that you're in it, they log that and they're like, oh, this person is actually inside the system and they're using it. Oh, and they're posting consistently. We're going to rank them. We're going to rank them because they're active and everyone else isn't. That's what's going to separate you on Google Business Profile. That's what's going to get you an extra 5, 10, 20 calls a month organically and free for you. You just have to be consistent and it's free to use. So it doesn't make sense not to. And to be honest, your time is probably better served on this than it is on Facebook. So with that being said, this is the training for a low-cost tech stack. I think we kept it under $120. I think it's 119. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'd love to help anyone out if they need help with any of these services, getting set up or anything like that. And we'll be announcing the next training here in the next few days. So hope you guys have a great weekend.